Having the right travel credit cards can help you save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars when it comes to traveling, as well as they can provide you with some great benefits and features, and the points and miles you earn could help to pay for your next vacation. So in this video, we're gonna go over the 11 best travel credit cards, starting with the more mid-tier cards, up to the more premium travel credit cards. So to start it off, we have a card that could be a good pick for you if you want a low annual fee, while still getting a nice sign-up bonus, and that's the Capital One Venture Card. The sign-up bonus for this card is 75,000 bonus miles after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of account opening. This is worth $750 worth of travel, or 1 cent per mile for travel that you book through Capital One's portal. For points earnings, the Venture Card gets you 5x miles per dollar on hotels and rental cars that are booked through Capital One's travel portal, and then 2x miles per dollar spent on all other purchases. And while you can redeem points for a value of 1 cent per mile in the portal, you can also use them to cover recent travel purchases. But transferring miles out to the more than 15 partner airline and hotel programs that Capital One has gives you the potential to get you much more than that 1 cent per mile through the portal. For a $95 annual fee card, it still comes with some pretty decent benefits, like 2 complimentary visits per year to Capital One lounges or Plaza Premium lounges, a $100 credit to cover the application fee for global entry or TSA pre-check, Hertz 5-star status, and other travel-related features like no foreign transaction fees and travel accident insurance. With the low annual fee, solid sign-up bonus, and the decent benefits that this card offers, this is a pretty nice mid-tier card to have. Next up is a card that's been slightly overshadowed by other great cards that Amex has to offer, and that's the Amex Green Card. This card will get you a sign-up bonus of 40,000 membership reward points after spending $3,000 in the first 6 months. These 40,000 points are going to be worth at least 1 cent per point, which is valued at $400 through the Amex portal. But if you take advantage of transferring out the points to a variety of airline and hotel travel partners that Amex has, you can get 2 cents or more per mile, which would make that sign-up bonus worth over $800. That's a big plus when you consider that this can further offset the Amex Green Card's annual fee of $150. Getting into the points earnings, the Green Card gives you a nice spend variety, especially if you're someone that's on the move. This card gives you 3x points per dollar on a broad range of travel, which doesn't just include flights, hotels, and car rentals, but also tours, campgrounds, cruises, and other travel expenses like that. Then 3x points per dollar on transit, such as trains, cabs, rideshare, tolls, and other public transportation, as well as 3x points per dollar on dining at restaurants worldwide. Now, you can see what I meant by if you're someone who's often out and about and you live in a bigger city, commuting, using public transportation, and dining out, then this card can hold a lot of value for you, as the spending in these areas will all give you 3x back. Getting into some other features of this card, you can get through airport security faster with Clear, which the Green Card gives you a $189 credit towards. Then you also have a $100 annual Lounge Buddy credit, which would allow you to get one-time lounge passes on demand for some airport lounges through their app or website. This card has no foreign transaction fees and also has some travel coverages such as trip delay insurance, baggage insurance, and car rental loss and damage insurance. Then you also have other small features like Amex experiences for exclusive and special events, and Amex offers for discounts. I say the card has some nice earnings for someone that's on the move, but it would be nice if the annual fee was lower in price like other providers, or there was none at all. Or having a big sign-up bonus like the Venture Card mentioned before would really top it off. All right, so this next travel card I'd say is a little bit under the radar, and it's one of the top earners with a nice and broad variety of points multipliers, and that's the City Premier Card. The City Premier has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 thank you points after you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. And this is valued at a minimum of at least $600 worth of travel or in gift cards. And with the variety of transfer partners that Citi has, like mentioned before, if you transfer out those points to partners, it's possible to double that. It also comes with a pretty modest annual fee of $95, but where this card really shines compared to other cards is when it comes to its points earning categories. The Citi Premier gets you 3x points per dollar on air travel and hotels, 3x points on restaurants, 3x on gas stations, and 3x on supermarkets. Then you also get 1x on all other purchases, as well as 10x points per dollar on hotel and car rentals that are booked on the Citi Travel portal. As for benefits, this card has a $100 annual savings benefit, which gives you $100 off a single stay of $500 or more that's booked through the Citi portal. And this card has no foreign transaction fees, so you can still optimize on all those earnings internationally without the fees. Now, I do have to say, after looking past the nice earnings category spread that this card has, one drawback of this card is, unlike the other cards mentioned before this, the Citi Premier doesn't come with travel coverage benefits like delay insurance or cancellation insurance or none of that. So just something to keep in mind. This next card you may not have heard many people talk about until recently, with a nice change to come in the next couple of weeks for it, and that's the Wells Fargo autograph card. This card comes with a sign-up bonus of 30,000 bonus points when you spend $1,500 in your first 3 months. And these 30,000 points are going to have a redemption value of around $300. And when it comes to annual fees, this card doesn't have any, so no need to worry about the benefits or credits you need to offset the cost. The autograph card is pretty solid when it comes to its earnings and category spread, so it gives you quite some flexibility. For earnings, you're going to be getting 3x points per dollar on travel, which includes flights, hotels, cruises, and more, 3x on restaurants, 3x on gas and EV charging stations, 3x on transit, 3x on streaming services, 3x on phone plans, and then 1x on everything else. And jumping over to the benefits of this card, you get cell phone protection coverage up to $600 when you pay the bill with your card. And by paying the phone bill, you'll be getting those 3x earnings. Also, this card has no foreign transaction fees, along with secondary rental car insurance and Visa signature benefits. Now, there has been some news and a bit of talk about a big update for this card, and that would be the addition of transfer partners. Now, I say this is a big update because you can see that this card has a pretty nice range of daily spend categories, and when it comes to redemption, you're limited from the potential 2 or 3x plus in value that you could get with your points without having a transfer program. This news is supposed to come out in the coming weeks, and no one knows who the partners will be, so we'll have to wait and see. While this card doesn't have a huge list of benefits, it does have a lot of potential with the earnings categories, no annual fee, and possible upcoming partners. This next card on the list is a little bit different, and you can think of it as a hybrid everyday spending and travel rewards card, but I had to include it, and that's the Amex Gold card. This card has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 membership reward points once you spent $6,000 in the first 6 months, and as of recently, there have been some higher targeted welcome offers of 75,000 or 90,000 points. Now, this card does come with a moderate annual fee of $250, but there are some credits that we'll talk about shortly to help lower that. While I did mention the gold card is geared partly towards everyday spending, it earns you 4x points per dollar at restaurants worldwide, 4x points per dollar on groceries at US supermarkets, 3x points per dollar on flights booked with airlines or through Amex Travel, and then last, you get 1x points per dollar on all other purchases. Getting into some benefits, when it comes to redemptions, you can redeem those 60,000 sign-up bonus miles for $600 worth of travel through the Amex portal, which is at 1 cent per point. Or by redeeming out to the transfer partners that Amex has can get you much more value. So earlier I did mention some credits that could offset the annual fee, and the gold card gives you 2 different types of credits, which together are valued at $240. The first being a $120 dining credit with select merchants like the Cheesecake Factory, Grubhub, Shake Shack, and others, along with another credit of $120 of Uber Cash, as well as other benefits like a $100 experience credit when you book a 2-night minimum stay with the hotel collection through Amex Travel, no foreign transaction fees, Amex offers for a variety of discounts with brands, Amex Preferred Access, and some travel protections. The drawbacks to this card I say is that for one, there is some value lost if you can't take advantage of the offered dining and Uber credits, since that's a big piece offsetting the annual fee, as well as there isn't a travel insurance coverage offered aside from baggage. But aside from that, it's a solid card that can be grouped together with other cards for a nice setup. This next card has stirred up quite some hype, and for a very good reason, because it's a pretty special travel card. And if you're paying for rent, it's definitely a card you don't want to sleep on, and that's the Bilt MasterCard. Now, it's unfortunate that this card currently doesn't come with a sign-up bonus, but it comes with no annual fee, along with the biggest factor being that you can earn points when you use the card to pay your rent. And the important piece is that you won't have to pay any credit card processing fees that you normally have to pay with another card. As for the points earnings, you get 1x points per dollar on rent payments. This is something that I couldn't pass up on, with my rent being around $3K. That's 3,000 points per month and 36,000 points in a single year. That's a huge deal when you start talking about the added value that you can get from redemptions, and depending on your cost of rent, that could likely be a nice chunk of points that you otherwise wouldn't be earning. Now, for other points earnings, the Bilt card gets you 3x points per dollar on dining, then 2x points per dollar on travel like flights, hotels, car rentals, and cruises, and 1x points on everything else. And for travel that you book through the Bilt portal, your points will be valued at 1.25 cents per point, which is a nice little bonus, but you have that potential for even more value by transferring out to a variety of nice airline and hotel partners that Bilt has, like United, Emirates, Hyatt, and others. The Bilt card also has a few travel benefits like trip cancellation and interruption, trip delay reimbursement, rental car coverage, as well as no foreign transaction fees. Then you have cell phone protection covered up to $800, as well as a 90-day purchase protection. And one really cool, unique thing that they have on the first of every month is called Rent Day. On this day, you double your earnings, so 6 points per dollar on dining, 4 points per dollar on travel, and then 2 points per dollar on everything else except for rent. Along with other promotions on Rent Day, from winning points, free rent, or big bonuses like 100 to 150% points bonus transfers to specific partners. For a no annual fee card that comes pretty stacked with some premium features, if you're paying for rent and you need a nice card to add to your wallet, then you should look into the Bilt card. So this next mid-tier card, which had to be on this list and is an amazing beginner travel credit card, is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The Sapphire Preferred has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points once you've spent $4,000 in the first 3 months, which is valued at a minimum of $750 towards travel. And this card does come with a very manageable annual fee of $95. For earnings, this card gets 5x points per dollar on travel booked through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, 5x per dollar on Lyft rides through March 2025, 3x points per dollar on dining, 3x on streaming services, 3x on Chase dining purchases that are booked through the portal, 3x on online grocery purchases excluding Walmart, Target, and wholesale clubs, and then 2x points for travel booked outside the Chase portal, and 1x on everything else. And when redeeming points for travel, the Chase Sapphire gets you a 25% boost when you redeem your points for travel through Chase's portal, making it worth 1.25 cents per point. But as usual, you're going to be able to get a lot more value for your points when you're transferring them out to partners, which Chase has a great selection of transfer partners to choose from, so it would be worthwhile to put in some work and learn how to best transfer your points. Getting into benefits, this card also gives you a $50 annual hotel credit when you book a hotel stay through the Chase portal, which helps lower your effective annual fee from that $95 to $45. A 10% anniversary points bonus, which is equal to 10% of your total purchases of the previous year, no foreign transaction fees, a pay yourself back feature, travel coverages like trip cancellation and trip delay coverage, primary rental car insurance, travel accident insurance, and much more. The fact that this card has so many benefits and features, and yet it manages to have only a $95 annual fee, is pretty crazy. I have to say, I really think this holds as one of the best mid-tier credit cards, and I'll leave it at that. So next we have a premium card that you probably don't hear too many people talk about, and that's the US Bank Altitude Reserve card. This card has a sign-up bonus of 50,000 bonus points after you spend $4,500 in the first 3 months, and the 50,000 bonus points have a value of $750 worth of travel. Now, the more premium cards do come with a higher cost, and this card has an annual fee of $400, but there is a credit that I'll talk about to help offset it. Next, the Altitude Reserve earns 5x points per dollar on hotels and car rentals booked through the Altitude Rewards Center, 3x points per dollar on eligible travel, as well as 3 points per dollar on mobile wallet spending like Google Pay, Apple Pay, and Samsung Pay, and then 1x points on any other purchases. It may not seem like it, but that mobile wallet earning is a big deal if you really think about it, because it opens the door to get points in just about any other type of categories. So you could cover some other bigger spend areas with this card, whether that may be dining out, entertainment, or even when it comes to grocery stores. Many cards don't have the benefit of higher earnings on wholesale clubs like Costco and BJ's Wholesale Club. Moving on to the benefits, this card has an annual $325 travel and dining credit. And the way it works is simple. You get reimbursed in statement credits for all the travel and dining purchases up to that total amount of $325. This is great because the full value of this credit would make your effective annual fee much lower at $75. The Altitude Reserve also gives you a $100 credit towards TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, and when it comes to redemptions, your US bank points are worth 1.5 cents each when redeemed for travel through the US Bank portal. For other benefits, you also get a Priority Pass Select membership for 8 free visits for you and a guest. And there are no foreign transaction fees with this card, as well as it comes with some travel protection. While there are some other great choices of cards in the higher annual fee range, the Altitude Reserve is a card not to sleep on, especially when it comes with that great earnings flexibility. So here we have the premium version of a card that we talked about not too long ago, and a favorite of many people for good reasons, and that's the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Similar to the preferred card from earlier, you get a sign-up bonus of 60,000 ultimate reward points after you spent $4,000 in the first 3 months. But unlike the preferred card, which had a 25% points boost, the Reserve card gets a 50% points boost. So if you redeem through the Chase portal, that makes that 60,000 sign-up bonus worth $900 towards travel, which is 1.5 cents per point in value. And the Reserve card has access to the same transfer partners that the Preferred has, with the best option for value, which you can probably guess by now, is to transfer out your points. But if for whatever reason that's too much work for you, or you're not interested in doing that, it's still nice to know that you're getting a 50% bonus value. Just be sure to do your homework and compare prices to what's on the portal, just to make sure they aren't insanely high. For earnings, the Reserve card gets you 10x points per dollar on hotels and car rentals that are booked through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, 10x points on Chase dining purchases booked in the Chase portal, and also 10x points on Lyft rides through March 2025. Then 5x points per dollar on flights also booked through the Chase portal, and for travel booked outside of the Chase portal, it will be 3x points per dollar. Then 3x points on dining at restaurants, and 1x points on all other purchases. As for credits, the Reserve card has a $300 annual travel credit, which is a credit that can be used for a variety of travel-related purchases. And the best part is that Chase doesn't restrict you to just using it in their portal like some other cards do. To add to that, this nice chunk of credit also helps out with your cost and lowers your effective annual fee down to $250. And there's also a $100 TSA PreCheck and Global Entry credit that can be used towards your application fee. The Sapphire Reserve also has a load of travel-related benefits like no foreign transaction fees. You'll get Priority Pass lounge access via a Priority Pass Select membership, as well as access to Chase Sapphire lounges, which is currently expanding to other cities, and have access to the Chase Luxury and Resort Hotel collection. Then for travel coverages, you have some of the best, such as primary rental car insurance, emergency medical and dental, trip cancellation and interruption insurance, and much more. While this card does carry a higher cost, there are a load of benefits that if you're able to maximize on, makes this one of the best travel cards on the market. This next card definitely has become a fan favorite for most, as well as I think it will satisfy most people's needs who are looking for a premium travel card that also has a fair cost. And that card is the Capital One Venture X. The Venture X has a sign-up bonus of 75,000 miles once you spent $4,000 in the first 3 months. And this bonus is just like the Venture card that we went through earlier, where the 75,000 miles are valued for at least a minimum of $750 for travel through Capital One, or 2 or 3x more when you can optimize the value by transferring out those miles to partners. For the annual fee, the Venture X card has a $395 fee, which there are some nice credits to cancel it out that I'll talk about soon. But first, for points earnings, you'll get 10x miles per dollar spent on hotels and car rentals that are booked through Capital One's travel portal, 5x miles per dollar on flights also booked through the travel portal, and 2x miles per dollar on any other purchases. And getting back into those credits that I was talking about earlier, the first is a $300 annual travel credit that you can use towards travel that's booked through the Capital One portal. And the second being a 10,000 mile anniversary bonus that you get every year starting out on your first account anniversary year. And with this being worth at a minimum of 1 cent per mile, that's $100 in value. So if you take into account that $395 annual fee minus the $300 value from the travel credit and $100 that the anniversary bonus gives you, your effective annual fee would be -5, meaning you're gaining $5 of value from having this card. As far as the benefits go, for the Venture X card, you get $100 in statement credits for either TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, no foreign transaction fees, unlimited complimentary lounge access for you and 2 guests per visit to Capital One lounges, along with Priority Pass, access to Capital One Premier Collection, and complimentary Hertz President's Circle status. And for travel coverages, you have similar ones as the Venture card, except the Venture X has primary rental car insurance. I do have to say this card really has a lot of great benefits, but if there's one bad thing I would have to pick at, it would be that they kind of force you to spend within the Capital One portal. As you do get great earnings, but they're focused around travel spend in the portal, with no elevated earnings for outside travel. So if you're someone that does do portal bookings, it's likely it won't bother you at all, but for those that may avoid it at all costs, that would take away some of the card's value. But aside from that, this is a great card with travel benefits and value that easily offset that annual fee, so it's without a doubt a solid travel card to consider looking into. This last card on the list is definitely geared towards those who are traveling regularly, and some would argue it's the best premium travel card, and that's the Amex Platinum card. Getting right into it, this card has a sign-up bonus of 80,000 membership reward points after spending $8,000 in the first 6 months. And recently, there have been higher targeted offers of 125 to 150,000 points. At a minimum value of at least 1 cent per point, that could be $1,500 or even $3,000 to $4,000 if you can pull more value from transferring those points out. As for cost, this card for sure tops the list with an annual fee of $695. The good news is this card is truly stacked when it comes to the credits and features that it offers. But I do want to say this, credits are great because that's additional value that you can get from the card, but you shouldn't feel the need to try and force yourself to try and get value from any card. What I mean is, if you're forcing yourself to spend in places where you normally don't spend in just to get credits, it's kind of defeating the purpose. And you should probably look into another card that better suits your lifestyle and regular spending habits. But getting back into it, for earnings on the Amex Platinum, you get 5x points per dollar on flights booked directly with airlines or through Amex Travel, 5x points per dollar on hotels booked through Amex Travel, and then 1x on all other purchases. For the credits that will help lower that cost hit from the annual fee, this card has a $200 hotel credit, $200 airline fee credit, $200 in Uber Cash, a $240 digital entertainment credit, a $189 Clear Plus credit, a $100 TSA PreCheck or Global Entry credit, a $150 Walmart Plus credit, and more. I guess you could say it's basically like a coupon card with all these offerings. But that's not all. There are other benefits, like you get access to American Express Global Lounge Collection, which gives you access to lounges worldwide, including American Express's own Centurion lounges. Also access to American Express fine hotels and resorts, and complimentary Marriott Bonvoy Gold Elite status, and Hilton Honors Gold status. And for travel coverages, the Platinum card has you covered with trip cancellation, interruption, delay insurance, and much more. I think if you can get use and value from all or most of the credits that the Amex Platinum offers to bring that annual fee down, then it can make sense for you to have such a high cost card, especially if you can make use of those other benefits like the statuses for car rentals and hotels, and that lounge access. And while this is an amazing card, try not to fall into the hype, and like I had mentioned before, really see if it aligns with your spending, because even if this card may not be best for you, there's a variety of other great cards in this list that may suit you better. And while the cards in this list will require you to have at least a good credit score or better, the video here will show you on how you can get there or how to improve your score by even more. With that being said, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.